Hey gardeners, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'll be covering 12 crops you should grow in the fall season. So let's jump straight into this video. So coming to crop number one is tomatoes. Now tomatoes are usually the vegetables all gardeners start off with because it's easy, low maintenance, it's a prolific performer, and there's hundreds of varieties for you to choose from. For example, behind me, I already started my growing season off right with some cherry tomatoes. These are sweet 100, and so I'm super excited to start harvesting these tomatoes soon. Number two is any type of beans. In this case, I have this Chinese red noodle bean. Now, any type of bean out there can perform all year round, but they perform the best in cooler temperatures. So bush beans, fava beans, vining beans, any type of legume out there can be grown best in cooler temperatures. Now, my personal favorites have always been bush beans because they are very prolific. From seed to harvest, it usually only takes about a month span, and you will already be harvesting beans left and right. Number three is leafy greens in general. So any type of lettuce, and here I have the giant Nobel spinach. Now, many gardeners out there grow all different types of greens, from mustard greens, arugula, spinach. Now, there's many different types of lettuce varieties for you to choose from, and there's a lettuce type for everyone out there. It's all about testing and trialing which ones you prefer. And coming to number four is my all-time favorite, cabbage. Brassicas grow in cooler temperatures. There's no doubt about that. You can't grow them in hot temperatures because they will not do well. And in my case, if you've been following me for a while, you know that I love me some cabbage because I get mesmerized by how such a small plant grows into this massive plant. And any brassica out there is a one-shot vegetable, meaning you'll get one vegetable per plant. So don't plant just one, plant a couple if you want to get a good harvest. So now let's dive into our flowers or ornamentals. Now coming at number one is sunflowers. So sunflowers grow technically all year round. However, I like to start them off in the fall and winter because they don't tend to wilt because the temperatures are cooler. Right here next to me, I have the Suncredible Saturn sunflower, which this has been blooming its head off and has not disappointed. Coming at number two are cosmos. Although cosmos are plants that can grow all year round for us, I've seen that the best performance is usually during fall and winter. Now this variety, Bright Lights, is a mix of different reds, oranges, and yellows. So this is perfect for fall color. So if you want some color during the fall, grow some cosmos ahead of time. Coming to our final flower, zinnias. Now, zinnias have to be the easiest flower to grow. They're great for cut flowers. They last very long in a vase, and there's hundreds of varieties and styles for you to choose from. Not to mention, once you germinate these seeds, it is quick growing from there. So now let's jump into our herbs. Coming at number one is cilantro. Cilantro is a common herb that you can grow that only grows in cold temperatures because as soon as a heat wave arrives in your garden, you will see flowers develop. And cilantro doesn't taste that good as soon as it bolts, just like any other plant. So when growing cilantro, it's best to grow them in a cluster because during the fall and winter times, they constantly produce and you will have bundles and bundles of cilantro to harvest. Same goes with number two, parsley. Now, parsley and cilantro are in the same family, so the same rules apply to parsley. They bolt during the summer and they taste the best and grow the best during the fall and winter. Don't get me wrong, parsley is a bit more stronger than cilantro because they will handle a little bit of heat. But do not get mistaken that these will start bolting as soon as it starts getting hot outside. Moving on to number three is a common classic, basil. This classic large leaf basil, or like we call it Italian basil, can only grow during the cooler temperatures because they tend to bolt like crazy once the heat arrives. Don't get me wrong, the blooms are gorgeous and the pollinators love it. We're not growing it for the flowers, we're growing it for the leaves. And a good mention is that if you are wanting to get into seed saving, definitely grow some basil because these push out hundreds if not thousands of seeds once they finish flowering. Now let's discuss these honorable mentions. Now these made it onto the list because they're great to grow in fall and they are prolific. So coming at number one is melons. So watermelon or melon falls into this category because for us here in Florida, now I don't know how's the state in other zones, but I'm talking about zones 9 and above. We have to grow them during the fall and winter. By spring, that's when we're harvesting. because when we grow them in summer, those vines get crispy, they get burnt, and we don't get anything out of it. So the way we do it is we start them in about mid-fall and then expect to harvest in spring. So watermelon or melons are still alive and doing well during the spring, but we must plan ahead of time, so we plant them during the fall. Last but definitely not least is broom corn and corn in general. Now, I came across this plant because of my good friend Kate Ketchell over from the Late Bloomer Garden Show. Now, yes, corn is known to love the heat, but here in Florida, I've attempted to grow corn many times during the summer, but they suffer. So, for the best performance and for your plants to stay alive, grow them during the fall season. And not to mention, you will have a beautiful show for your fall garden because broom corn, let me tell you, is definitely ornamental. And corn is easy to germinate, and it's fascinating to see these huge stalks emerge from the ground and you harvesting your very own ears of corn. So those are the 12 crops you should grow during the fall season. Leave me in the comment section down below, what plants are you growing during the fall and what are you harvesting? Make sure to leave a like underneath this video and subscribe to the channel to join the gardening community. My goal is to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year, so please give me a helping hand and hit that subscribe button. Turn on that notification bell so you get notified when I release a new video. And as always, thank you all so much for watching this video. May God bless you and your entire family, and never forget to grow big, ultimate gardeners. Bye everyone.